Hi, art friends. Nice to see everybody again. I'm here with my son,
Liam.
and we just wanted to have a quick chat today about some principles of art and design and what that means. Basically, they're big ideas or main ideas of art that we use when we're creating anything. So it could be line drawing, it could be collage. And in this case, this week, I figured we would work on some photography. Now, because we're doing online learning, our goal is to take a picture of what we're doing so I can see it and we can share it together. So that's my whole goal. And I thought that if we spent a week looking at photography, it might help us get some good ideas and to really understand what we're doing and have the vocabulary to be able to explain it. So I'm going to list them and Liam's going to help me get started on explaining them. So basically, here are the principles of art and design. We've got pattern and repetition, kind of the same idea there. We've got contrast, emphasis, we've got rhythm, movement, we've got balance, and unity. And with a lot of those ideas, some of them, especially movement, rhythm, things like that, they cross over into other subjects. So math, music, you may have heard these terms there. So Liam's gonna help me get started explaining pattern and repetition. So can you explain to our friends at home what that means? The one that helps make our eye sense what we're seeing. Yes.
Helps our eye make sense of what we're seeing. This effect also helps our brain to process what we are seeing and bring all of the parts of a photo together in unity.
Excellent. So when you're looking at something like a butterfly pattern in the wings, I have also one of my photos from the nature photography has the back of a turtle or the lines of a farm, things like that. Those are the pattern, and our eye, once we see it, it makes sense of it and it tells us kind of what we're looking at. And then contrast can mean a lot of things actually. So contrast can be how we create emphasis in the picture by using difference. So we take light and darkness and we want to emphasize those different parts, so like a light and a shadow. We can also use cool and warm colors, or also sharpness and softness. So if you look at some of my other videos that will be the part 2 of this, you'll see I played around a lot with softness to create almost a painting-like effect in my photography. That seems to be the one that I like the best. And it can help bring meaning to a picture and really tell a story, okay? Liam, did you want to share emphasis, what that means?
Emphasis means that we choose a focal point.
Awesome. So it just means that we pick something in our picture that we're really trying to get our audience to see and look at. And it's almost like we're saying, like, that day that we took this photo and we were interested in this is what caught my eye. This was the most important thing that I wanted to share in my story. So again, going back to reading and writing, things like that, whatever our main idea is, that's the same thing that we're emphasizing in our art, and specifically in this case in our photo. And then another thing is rhythm and movement. So again, those of you who are into music or dance, this helps move our audience's eye through the use of light and lines. And actually that's a common thing that we do in music and in dance, is we do the same thing. We're trying to get our audience to follow us along on this artistic journey. So you may use a different medium, which is cool, but we are taking our audience and we're having them travel with us through our story. And then the last thing is balance and unity. This is basically taking what you see and bringing it all together. And you're trying to show the whole piece of what you're trying to explain in one unified way or one whole. You're trying to show that your picture kind of has a whole meaning to it and an understanding. So when you're looking at, say, a landscape, or if you're looking at someone who you're doing a portrait of, it could be a pet portrait, you're trying to create a whole moment there and really show them, in their usual routine, maybe like a dog on a dog bed, that kind of thing. You're trying to make a whole picture come together. So I hope that these principles help you understand basically why we're creating art, and then also to help explain what we're doing. And then what will happen is for your part 2, so this is our introduction, our part 1, and in part 2, I've given you some specific examples. And what I decided to do is I took some of my own photographs and I combined them onto Google Slides, and then I made them into a little video for you. And I grouped them by topic or by main idea. So nature, farms of New York, everyday moments, where you'll see my children featured in there. And so basically, when you go into the second part, I'll help explain my photos based on these principles or big ideas. So hopefully that will bring everything together so it makes it a little more understandable. And then my whole goal is for you to be able to do the same thing. So thanks so much for joining us for going over these vocabulary words, and hopefully you've gotten some new understandings and some new connections to other subjects. So thanks for joining us.